global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings Today. Omoyele Sowore have been pressurized in different quarters to see how he can work with PeterObi, judging the fact that he has been one of the conveners, if not the major and the sole convener of revolution now, and has been fighting for the general good of Nigerians, even though he has also been eyeing and aspiring to become the president of Nigeria come 2023. Alas, that may not be a dream come true. Hence, a lot of Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians, the likes of Adeyanju, believes that he should work with PeterObi to actualize at least a better Nigeria. Well, this is what he has to say. Let's quickly hit the news running, but before we do that, please subscribe to our channel, hit the red subscribe button and the bell notification to get notified. Let's go straight into the news. Well, the presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, AAC, Omoyele Sowore, has given reason why he will not collaborate with the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, that's PeterObi, ahead of the 2023 general elections. According to him, Sowore, who also said he will never collaborate with PDP, APC, or any of the appendages, said people have different ideologies and convictions. He spoke via an audio obtained. He said he fought for PeterObi to ensure he was reinstated as the governor of Anambra State when he was impeached in 2006, but he is not going to collaborate with him. I quote him. He said, "If you go to my timeline, they say, why don't you join PeterObi? I want to push it out for those of you who say this and address it. I am not new to PeterObi. When PeterObi was kicked out of power in Anambra by Andoba, I think around 2006, I fought to ensure that he regained his position back. Andoba spent 17 days as governor of the state, and the position was reverted back to PeterObi. I didn't know PeterObi then. I never met him." He said he finally had the opportunity to meet PeterObi with an associate, and the former Anambra governor said publicly that this is the guy that helped me regain my seat. He said Obi called him in 2019 when he was Atiku's running mate and asked if he would like to work with them. He said he declined and told him he will never work for PDP or anybody associated with PDP. He said because people have different ideologies and convictions which they have maintained after 30 years. They cannot be modified and pushed in the direction of a particular candidate. He said, and I quote him, he said he understands people are free to say this is the person they want to follow. So they're actually free to go ahead and say what they want. All right, now we now hear the final stand of Omoyele Sowore. There was some many weeks ago where a news media platform carried that Sowore is ready to work with Obi. I smiled and laughed in Swahili because the Sowore a lot of Nigerians know is one person who likes the whole gift to himself. He's the type that has this winner wins all mentality. Sowore can stand for you for all he has. Sowore can also fight against you with all he got. But one thing is certain. At the beginning of the race, you just thought, okay, PeterObi was just one of those things that will just come to social media to fizzle out. Because when it comes to the issue of revolution, now he has been shouting revolution now until NSAS happened. Even when NSAS happened, they tried to take charge of it. A lot of Nigerians pushed him. They say, leave that thing. You're a politician too. You're also one of them. Until NSAS became a phenomenon, cut across Nigeria, cut across the states. Internationally, it was known, it was renowned. All right, so it clearly shows that when Nigerian youth want to come together in one voice, they have the capacity to do that. And now, just out of the blues, PeterObi became a sensation. Some call him a social media president, but time will tell come 2023 if he's a social media president or not. You will see places. It looks as if all of a sudden there is this bureaucracy, this bottleneck in registering people for PVC. Nigerians want to vote. They want to register. There seem to be no registration point. There seem to be no registration machine. The question is why? This is a general election. By now, INEC should be more than prepared to host over 200 million Nigerians. A lot of Nigerians before now, usually, like someone said, and the person cannot be more correct than what he said. He said Nigeria over the years, a lot of Nigerians refused to vote. I, for one, I was one of those who refused to vote then, and I had my reasons. And the reasons he gave and the reasons I had was very similar. He said something, the young man said something. He said that a lot of Nigerians refused to vote simply because they were shadowed with two options between taking sniper and otapiabia. The two are the same. Sometimes you see somebody saying they cross-carpeted from APC to PDP. It's not the same, different skin code, but the same character. So what changed? It's just the party name that changed. I can't forget what Adams Oshomole, when he went down to Akwa Ibom. Beside him was Victor Atta, and at his left hand, Victor Atta, at his right hand was Godswill Akpabio. Godswill Akpabio just handed over to Emmanuel Udom then. And the next thing, during the campaign, of course, the next thing Shomole said that got all of us cracking was that he said that for 16 years, PDP has wrecked, siphoned, bastardized Akwa Ibom State. I laughed to her heavens. Reason because right at his right hand side was an 8 years governor from the same Akwa Ibom. At his left hand side was another 8 years governor. They handed over to themselves. Both of them moved from PDP to APC. Do you understand? And now he now say for 16 years PDP squandered Akwa Ibom, but right now APC wants to take over. The people who squandered the Akwa Ibom, based on his statement, were standing right beside him. So it was a case of cross-carpeting. Now you're putting the blame on a party, but the people who did it, you have not even scrutinized them. So these are the things that made a lot of Nigerians not to even vote as at then. But now Nigerians want to vote. They want to get their PVC. They want to vote. And unfortunately, while the likes of Omoyele Sowore believes, okay, that PeterObi has his ideology, if we want to wrestle power from the people you feel are the one bringing down Nigeria, I think if you watch I'm just being objective. Before APC was able to take power from PDP, there was a merger, amalgamation. Different parties came together. You come, ACN, you come, SDP. They all came in their numbers. Even old PDP were there. They came together because they realized to beat a ruling party, you need more than just one small party. They came in one voice. But this time around, it was a case of coming together of old politicians, those who understand the dynamics and the ruggedness of the terrain. That was why they were able to wrestle power from a PDP. But this time around, it's as if it's between the Nigerian youth, the poor, the downtrodden, the less privileged, the people who have been ravaged, who have nothing to hold on to, hope, against the political elite. So you may not necessarily need a structure. Like PeterObi said, the structure may be the people. So you can see the vibes everywhere. I believe if Sowore believes in revolution now, I think he should move with the moving trend. But then again, it's his opinion, it's his choice. He's a grown man. He has opinion that you can't take away from him. That's what he have decided to do. I just hope that with time he will understand that Nigerians really need that change.